what type of content would you say is really important to helping you to grow to that first 100K mark on Instagram? What type of content is important?
Okay, from what I've understood with Instagram, carousels do well because it engages people to like stay on your post for longer. The longer someone stays on your post, the longer Instagram will understand that this someone has an interest in this post. Let's push it more outside, and that's how you hit explore page. And from explore page is where like you start bringing in new eyeballs on your page.
Hello and welcome, Siddharth, Kimashia. I'm so excited to have you. We have been following all of the amazing things that you've been doing on Instagram and in your business. And I don't want to give you an intro that isn't befitting of who you are, but I know that you are absolutely incredible at helping people scale their lives in the area of personal development and their business. So I'm going to open up because this is a sharp and swift podcast. I'm going to open up with my first question. So Siddharth, can you tell us who are the types of people you help and how do you help them?
So I help people who come out of university or who are in transition to get into university. So these are people who struggle in life in making the right decision in their life, and I help them through my posts, through my carousel posts, through my reels, and through my program, and make them decide what they actually need to do for their life. So like in terms of business, so there's some things that you may not need a college degree. I have a college degree, but I've not used my college degree to get where I am right now. So I guide them through like understanding where they are and guide them, bring clarity into their life.
You started your business post-COVID, right? So tell me about that transition. What sort of things did you have to do post-COVID? How did you get to, where you are today? I mean, tell us, how many followers do you have on Instagram? I'll let you say it.
Okay, right now I have 102,000 followers, and I grew this brand from 18th April to date. It's been 6 months and some days now. So yeah, it took me a while to like understand Instagram basically. So I invested into like mentors to learn from them, and after I learned that, I started like implementing the strategies and the knowledge that I learned into this platform, and it took me 6 months to get to this big milestone, and I've impacted many people's lives like through my posts and reels. And before I started this journey, it was like, everyone was saying there's no job outside, you need to do something online. So I had little knowledge about content creation. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to create a page on Instagram and like start doing content creation for small businesses. But it came to a point that I got so in depth into like learning, and I found myself doing way more than just content creation.
I love that. So hold on a minute. 6 months to get to 100K plus Instagram followers. Now, a lot of the people who are going to be watching this, Siddharth, are going to be blown away as I am, by what you have achieved. Can you just walk us through what are the key things that you did that allowed you to get to that 100K mark of followers on Instagram?
Okay, in the beginning of every journey, what everyone makes a mistake of, they look at the numbers and they get fascinated with the numbers. For me, I didn't look at the numbers that were following me. I looked at the people who I'm adding value to. So every day I had to show up to add value to the few people that I had. So I started the journey where I had like 60 people on the day one. And when I had those 60 people, all my goal was to like nurture them and help those 60 people. Those 60 people have been my pillars that pushed me to go viral and like help me to grow to where I am right now. So I only focused on like adding value, not like in terms of numbers or anything, and I showed up every single day. Even the days that like the algorithm was against my profile or against me, I still showed up and did my thing and helped people in a way that even if it's a small crowd that saw my post on that day, I still showed up.
So, what type of content would you say is really important to helping you to grow to that first 100K mark on Instagram? What type of content is important?
Okay, from what I've understood with Instagram, carousels do well because it engages people to like stay on your post for longer. The longer someone stays on your post, the longer Instagram will understand that this someone has an interest in this post. Let's push it more outside, and that's how you hit explore page. And from explore page is where like you start bringing in new eyeballs on your page. So I used my carousels and I built my page around that actually.
So, looking at what you have done on Instagram, I want to talk about what it has done for you in your business. Now, as you know, the show is called Wake to Wealth. Siddharth, you've been building your business for some time, worked really hard, and you've achieved great things in a short amount of time. I want to hear the story behind when you knew that your life had changed and you were now able to wake up wealthier every day. Like, what was that moment? What happened? Please take us on that journey.
Alright, so it was like 3 months ago where I quit my job, a 9 to 5 job, just because like my boss shouted at me for something that I'm not qualified for. And that made me realize, like, you know what, like, let me just focus on Instagram. And as soon as I started focusing on it, I had more clients that I was like hoping on a call with. I'm helping out more. And ever since then, I've been making 10x my salary. And that made me feel like, you know what, I don't need a job. This is what I want to do.
I love that. I love that. How interesting that it took something negative to happen to you in your workplace to then for you to, to push on board and give you that confidence to go all in on your business. So tell us, what does waking up wealthier every day mean to you and how does it feel? For me, I'm still surprised, every single day. I mean, I should be used to it by now, but I'm so grateful, when I wake up and I see these notifications of payments that have come in whilst I was asleep. It just blows me away what we have been able to achieve by running a business from home and doing it online. What blows you away about waking up wealthier?
For me, it's like the messages I get from my followers. They always message me or like comment on my post saying that, hey brother, I just wanted to share with you that you've helped me through your post. Like I was going through this. I've heard stories from my followers that they have gone through so much, and through my posts, they have like it has lifted them in a way that like no therapist would have done it. And like it warms my heart to read such messages, and like that is my drive to wake up every day and do this every single day and touch people's lives in a positive way.
Can you give us a couple of tips in terms of content creation itself? So we know it's Instagram carousels, that's your favorite. We also know Instagram Reels. But what about coming up with the right type of content that, can potentially go viral? Like walk me through what is your workflow? How do you figure out, oh, this is what I'm going to create content about, what I'm going to post? What does that workflow look like?
All right. So as someone who's posting on social media, I usually like wake up in the morning, go to the gym, finish my task. But then there are some few hours that I'm like going through other social media platforms besides Instagram, because I know Instagram I've already dominated it. So I'm doing what like other social media's platform or creators are doing on other platforms related to what I'm doing. So I see what they are doing different from what I'm doing, and I see what people are commenting on their posts. I see what type of conversation people are having through the comment section like that. And from there, I get an idea of like, okay, people are actually like, they are looking for an advice maybe to get out of how to stop procrastination. And I will go do my research or read a book regarding that. Or maybe if I've read a book before, I'll go through my notes and make a post regarding that, and like I'll share it. Because I believe that in a world where people are mining for gold, you need to sell the shovel. And my second point of how I find my content, yeah, how I find my content is like, let's say I've done like almost like 200 posts so far. So in that 200 posts, every time a post goes viral, I always like try to do research on like why it has gone viral, what exactly slide has gone viral from there. And then through that, I now make a post like going around that whole one slide. So out of like, let's say 8 slides, I'll see like one of them, maybe slide number 3 has gone viral and people have like shared it on their story way more. So I'll use that slide number 3 to create a whole new slide, and it goes in depth now. Now this is information that people are digging for, and I'm like, digging it for them. So I'm giving them on a silver platter.
Yeah. I love that. What brilliant tips. I love it, especially using other platforms. Do research on the other platforms, then bring it back to the platform that you are already dominating. That's really, really interesting, because what you're saying is, I'm not sticking around on this platform to research. I go out, I find information, and I bring it with me. And then you then create it. And then when you create content, so you're looking at your analytics and you are determining what is working best. And then you are creating even more content around that thing. I love it. So Siddharth, we've come to the part of the show that is called Wildcard. So Wildcard is a series of questions that we have brought in from our audience from different platforms. And today I have 5 questions, but you don't have to answer all 5. All I need you to do is choose a number between 1 and 5. And whatever number you choose, I will ask you that specific question. And just so our audience know, you haven't heard these questions, so you have no idea what I'm going to ask you. But they're all pretty good ones, easy ones for you. So what would be your number between 1 and 5?
I would say 2 and 3.
2 and 3. I love it. Okay, brilliant. So question number 2 says this. I started out on Instagram 4 years ago and haven't gotten past the 1K followers. What should I do?
All right, so I would recommend you to do 1 post and 1 reel a day, and choose when to post according to when your audience is most active. So let's say your audience is most active at 6 p.m. You can see that on your analytics graph. And let's say it's 6 p.m. So you need to post 30 minutes earlier to that. So in that way, your post is up way before they start coming active. So when they come active, your post is always the first one. So that's how I beat the system, and I've understood to like get early engagement on my post like that. And I would suggest these 3 hacks on like to grow your page and build a strong community. Is stay consistent. Even if you miss a day of posting, like let's say a post or a reel, you can either like go for like posting a story to build engagement through story, like say like how was your day today, let people write to you on the story like that. So keep them engaged with your profile in the way that you're not giving them a chance to forget you, even if it's just one day. And then the second one is engage with people in your niche and people who do the same thing as you, because when you engage, you're giving them like authority on like, oh, this person knows what he's saying and I need to check out his account. So you bring in more eyeballs while doing that. And then the last one is use hashtags. You're allowed to use 30 hashtags. Use hashtags relevant to your content, not relevant to what you do on Instagram or what people are doing on Instagram. Make it relevant to what you do, what your post is about, or what your content is about.
See that this one's a little bit different, and I'm really curious to hear your response to this. So this question is, my partner doesn't support my business. Should I quit and keep the peace, or what would you do in my position?
So for your partner, you need to make them understand why you're doing it. Because if it's your partner, the person, he or she needs to understand that this is your business and why you are passionate about it. If you can explain it to your husband or like your boyfriend or girlfriend, if you can explain it to them, you're going to be able to explain it to a client who's ready to buy from you. So if you cannot explain it to your significant other or your partner, then you need to work on closing a client, because that's how it's going to work. You need to show them why you're passionate about it and why it's important for you to do this. Once you are able to do that, and if let's say you still struggle on doing that, there's a lot of books that you can read and make understand like why you are doing certain things. So you can do research, you can make a roadmap for yourself, like why am I doing this. So let's say I'm running Instagram business, and through Instagram business, why am I running Instagram business? Every answer you give to yourself, bringing another why, and then it will be more clear to you on why you are doing it, and it will be more clear for you to explain it to someone who doesn't support it, so they can understand why you are feeling the way you are feeling about your business.
Wow, so much wisdom. Loaded in that. So much wisdom. I completely agree. And what I picked up from that your response to that question is you first need to sell the dream to yourself. That's what I've picked up. You need to convince yourself. You need to be so solid on why you are doing it. What is your why? Because if your why is clear to you, it's going to be very, very easy, or rather much easier for people around you, especially your loved ones, to see it clearly. And even if they don't, it makes it a much easier conversation for you to have because you've done the work, you've done the hard work of understanding your why, and you are already sold on your business. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Siddharth, it's been wonderful, and I know that there will be a ton of questions from the back of watching this. If there was one thing you could leave our audience with, that you want us to use to remember you and who you are and what you do, what would that one thing be?
I would just tell everyone that in a world where like people are looking to chase different things, don't be like everyone else. Chase what you want to do. Say in a scenario, let's say for me, I wanted to chase like helping people and like changing people's life, and I did that no matter what people told me. People said like, oh, why are you posting like such content on Instagram? They made fun of me in the beginning, and it didn't stop me. I still did it because I found it more interesting. I saw it in a different perspective, and I believed in what I was doing. And once you believe in what you do, keep pushing it. Don't let anyone tell you or stop you from reaching your goals. And your goals are your goals. No one else is going to come push it for you. So get up and start chasing your goals.
I love it. I love it. If people want to reach out to you, Siddharth, where would you want them to find you?
They can find me on Instagram. It's at Scale with Siddharth. SCALEWIDHSIDDHARTH.
Wonderful. We will definitely pop that on the screen and in the descriptions for this specific episode. Siddharth, it's been beyond a pleasure having you. I've learned so much about Instagram, some new things that I didn't even know myself, and just your wealth of wisdom. I'm inspired by you. I love it, and I want to say thank you on behalf of my audience. Thank you so much, and I look forward to my audience connecting with you further. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It has been amazing. I loved it because this is something that's new for me as well, and it has been amazing. I love to impact someone, and I hope someone who's watching this has learned something from this podcast.
Absolutely. There's so many takeaways. I can't even get over it. I cannot wait to watch it back and devour the takeaways. Absolutely. Thank you so much.